Hi, I'm Tim Tuller, canon for music at St. John's Cathedral. I'm going to say a couple words about the music for this Sunday, April 28th. Our prelude is the Prelude and Fugue in A major by Johann Sebastian Bach. The Prelude and Fugue is a genre for organ that Bach did not invent, but it's pretty well agreed that he perfected. And it basically consists of a two-part piece. The first section can be rather free-form, and the second part, of course, is a fugue, which takes a small thematic motive and it develops it in strict counterpoint, basically. The Prelude and Fugue in A major was written sometime between 1708 and 1717, we think, but we're not sure the exact date. With much of Bach's music, it's hard to pin down the date exactly. And it's actually one of the lesser often performed of Bach's preludes and fugues, even though it's one of my personal favorites. Unlike some of its siblings, it is not flashy and virtuosic. It relies instead on a rather understated melodic quality, which is absolutely, I think, wonderful. Our offertory anthem this Sunday is a setting of the George Herbert poem, "Come My Way, My Truth, My Life," by the 20th century English composer William H. Harris. Harris was the director of music at St. George's, Windsor for some time in the mid-20th century. And Queen Elizabeth II and Princess Margaret actually studied directly under him, sang under him for a time. His music really, in my opinion, takes the English choral tradition to its greatest height. This is a more modest piece by William Harris, and it's accompanied by organ. The postlude this Sunday is the final movement of Felix Mendelssohn's Fourth Organ Sonata. Mendelssohn really did, more than any other composer in the 19th century, reignite interest in the music of earlier times, especially J.S. Bach. He almost single-handedly resurrected J.S. Bach's music from during a time when it had gone out of fashion, basically for the previous almost century after the death of Bach. And Mendelssohn was a wonderful organist, on top of being a wonderful pianist and composer. And his organ music does tend to look more backward towards Bach than it looks forwards. It's not incredibly innovative, but nonetheless, he takes an older form and really adds his own melodic grace to it. The organ sonatas were compiled in the 1840s, and Mendelssohn had gone on tour of England and was very popular. And some English publishers, actually the Novello Company, asked Mendelssohn if he would write some organ pieces for them to publish. They wanted to capitalize on his popularity, and he obliged, and the result were these 6 organ sonatas. The postlude that I'm playing is the last movement of the 4th sonata. The 4th sonata is in B flat. It's one of my favorite of the 6, if not my favorite of the 6, but it's not very often performed. So I hope you enjoy the music this Sunday.